Right. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only. Devin, whose business are you digging in today, man?
Eggs and ass. They both went up this year. You didn't know that?
Listen, mama, here's your boy. And he got something to say.
I've always believed firmly, on paper, I am a white man.
Brother Kenny, Mr. Pound Town himself. Sir,
I'm unbothered. I'm getting ready to go walk my fish again and fly my cat. That cat in this whole 4 years. That's all I'm gonna do.
Listen, y'all.
We apologize.
I really try to control myself as much as I can, but when y'all get started, oh my God.
It's TFG tonight. With Brent Haynes, Kenny the sports guy, and Mr. Lee Black, and the lady of the hour, Miss Devin Devine. Mysterio.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? We all doing well tonight, I hope. And if not, well, just get you a little bit of some Trump something. You can get some shoes, watch, something. You get some Trump underwear if you even want to. What up, family? Y'all doing all right?
What up?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I know we're a day late and a dollar short, but we still got to talk about it, honey. Valentine's is over. And so we want to bring y'all the first installment of Black Love Series episode for 2026, and I am excited. Hey, Carl, thank you for joining us, man. Good to see you. She been MIA for the last few weeks, going over there watching Lamar, and I'm like, oh, when you coming back to the show? So, yeah, that's okay, but we doing good. Look at it, thank you, Carl. I appreciate it so much.
Appreciate that. CC.
All right. Well, we won't waste any time. Y'all know how we do it. If we say anything you like, please, by all means, hit us with the. I'm gonna fix that by next week, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
But y'all send me Kenny. Y'all send Kenny money to me, and then I'll just hit him with a fee. We already tried it once, so it works. So
yeah, it worked. Yeah, it
did.
Did.
It do work. Hey, Miss Toria, she said can't stay long. Been very long day. Oh, okay.
Still sending peace, love, and light to you and Mr. Isaac.
Yeah, just glad you just
Lady
joined us
T.
for a second.
Thank you.
Brother Isaac, get better soon.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Okay, well, listen, I'm not gonna waste time because Valentine's Day is over, but we can still bring up some things. Gentlemen, I already really know the answer. So did y'all celebrate?
Yeah, we did in our own way.
With a lady though. Did you celebrate with a lady? No,
nah.
Okay. All right. And sister, how was your Valentine's?
It was very nice. It was very nice. It was.
Good.
Good.
Carol said, no, I was not only once, was wild. Okay. I'm sorry. That's just the way it looked like to me. I'm sorry. You just missed it. Yes, you're right. You're right. You did.
Yeah, Lady D smiling a lot too. So that means that
I caught that.
I caught that, and she did the little head roll. So I'm like, okay, Lady D had a real good Valentine's Day. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, okay. Well, let's ask the question: is Valentine's Day overrated? First of all, like what? Okay, sister already shaking her head. Okay, well, I'll start with you. Why is it then overrated?
Well, because I think people just put too much emphasis on it. I think it was more fun when I was in like elementary school. Remember when we had to do like the little Valentines in the class and you pass them out to your little friends and
with
get
the candy?
To me, that's when it's fun. I think Valentine's Day should be like Easter, like more for, other than the religious part of Easter, but like the eggs and all that. I think it should be more for like kids.
Okay, that makes great sense. Kenny, I mean, what do you think? Is it overrated?
I think it definitely is overrated. I think it's a pressure holiday, and it's a pressure on men to prove they love.
Hold on. You get that?
I got to show them. I got to prove my love to you every night.
Yes, sir.
That's what it really is, and yeah, I definitely think it's overrated.
Yeah, Toria said yes. All the candy and flowers stores making money, and that's what it is. But I got a couple more questions. All right, Lee, is it overrated?
For me, yes, and I agree with everything my brother and sister said. But in talking with women, the answer is no. I would say no because they went to great lengths explaining how much attachment they place to this one day, which I think is unfair and it's commercialized. But in the interest of having peace in your home, I have come to the conclusion that I made a simple decision. If I was with somebody and it was that important to them, you know what? You have to pick your battles.
It's
so
true.
This is one where if you desire candy and flowers on that day, I'll give it to you. You just ain't gonna get as much shit as you would have got through the rest of the month.
Yep. Yeah. Well, not the rest of the month. Either gonna be a teddy bear or the lights. Which one you want? Which one we doing? Okay, so this is my question, Kenny. Why has this thing? Because again, Devin makes a great point. Schools were inundating us, right, with that idea of this thing. But again, in school, everybody had to get notes for everybody. Why all of a sudden has it evolved into leaning just to the women? There's no, I guess there's nothing. I guess I'm about to ask my own question because there's nothing to market for men for Valentine's Day. So maybe that's why. So is it now just subliminally the market, the commercialized way of thinking of it has leaned so much to women that women have now kind of just owned Valentine's Day as an extra day of showing me some attention?
I think you pretty much answered that, and I think you got to remember women are most like marketing people tend to market their commercials and stuff to women. So there's not much to market to men. So when you talk about Valentine's Day, it's basically a love holiday, and basically guess what? We've all grown up that to be taught that a man has to prove his love for his woman. The woman ain't never had to prove her love for a man. So so that's why Valentine's Day that's why it's kind of tilted toward that more so for the woman, in my opinion.
Yeah, sister. So let me ask you like this, because now quiet. Now listen, she already knows she has no shame in telling me how I throw a rock and hide my hand. So maybe this is better be one of these moments where I'm finna throw a rock and hide my hand.
Right.
So for y'all to want equal rights so bad, why have y'all not fussed about how much men are not being appreciated as the women?
I'm different though. My man woke up to chocolates and he didn't know how they got there while he was asleep.
Wow.
I've never not acknowledged, because if you go to the store and you look, they literally had like, it looks like a man and he's wearing like boxers and it's all chocolate and stuff like that. And so I've never been the one to not acknowledge my partner on Valentine's Day or any holiday. So I'm a little different, and I think it's kind of selfish if we don't. I mean, even if it's making like something that's his favorite or getting him a shirt or some cute little Valentine's socks, because I think I think when people celebrate Valentine's Day, it's just because you don't want your partner to be the one that's left out and feeling bad while everybody around is getting a gift. And although it's not expected for a man, I just think it's a little selfish for us not to do something, even if it's tiny.
Yeah, I agree. So but can you then speak to the women who are not thinking like that? Why are they? I mean, what is the entitlement in this moment? Because again, I'm with Kurt. I think there's a lot of people now that are subscribing to the fact that Valentine's Day is just a day that, like they said, people are trying to make money off of our superstition. But again, those that lean into it, why are women feeling so entitled to just want their man to show them something?
Because that's just the history of it. It's just, always it falls into like the chivalry part of it. And I just think that if I'm going to be quite like honest with you, I just think for a lot of men, you don't do shit all year. So at least give me one day where you make me feel special and like I'm somebody, because you don't acknowledge me on any other holiday, or it's not just about me or whatever. So give me one day, damn. So that's how I feel. I'm not that particular person because I've never felt not acknowledged, but and I wouldn't have done anything for him if I didn't know he was doing for me. You see what I'm saying? Because I think that's kind of selfish. And if you know your dude is one that does the flowers and candy and all that, I think it's kind of selfish to not do something. Because like you said it multiple times, it's a love holiday. So don't it go both ways?
Correct. Yeah. Right. No, that's good. And for me, Black, I get this to you as it relates to just how it's been such one-sided. Again, we don't have a day, right? But if we did, what should we call our day?
Well, technically, we do have a day that's supposed to be for us, Father's Day.
Well, it's a Mother's Day. I'm talking about an actual day.
Just for men, and then we got our birthday, but that's a whole nother conversation. Man Appreciation Day. But I have a deeper answer for this. To be
What's
honest,
up, Lamb?
what's up, fam?
Okay.
So I got a deeper answer for this. And it incorporates all of that.
Okay.
When I listen to my sister talk, that's grown woman talk right there.
Yes.
Right. And unfortunately, because of the advent of social media and what we see cast in front of us, it's so important because of what we're talking about. Not wanting to feel left out, to feel included, to get the likes, because even with the rich and the famous, we're programmed to showcase what did that person do for you? What did they get you? And I love that, sis, you talked about how when we were little, how it was. We've stripped away the innocence.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Day for me.
That's good.
Because if you go back to that time when we were in school and you liked a little girl and she might like you, but I watched an interview recently from Michael J. White, the black guy who does martial arts, and he talked about how America is no longer making men. I think this day has emasculated men. And I think it's just as important to a lot of these new age men. And I'm not talking about homosexual men, but I'm just talking about we've stripped away the essence of what it means to be a man now in 2026, because we can't be chivalrous, because we can't open doors, speak to you here, there, or whatever, and in that masculine energy, if we bring it, where we take the lead, you're a toxic male. So when we get to a holiday like Valentine's Day, I don't know what y'all saw. I went out all week and saw just as many men rushing to get flowers, this, that, and the other. And it wasn't just because of social media. They too have bought into that mentality of what I've got to do because I got to be able to show this, that, and the other. And I think the bigger issue is that we've taken away the traditional innocence of what this was originally used to be about. Folks, it used to be so simple. I like a girl. Do you like me back?
Yeah.
And it's turned into something else.
Yeah, man, that was a great point about the innocence of it. We have, and again, it's that principle can tie into so many different areas in our culture, in our lives, that we've failed to realize we've taken the innocence away from something that was meant, as Devin said, just showing love to somebody. Yeah. So again, y'all, a lot of people don't celebrate it. A lot of people celebrate it wrong. But at the end of the day, y'all just making them folks money. Y'all are making them people some money.
And you know what's interesting too? I mean, women, it's Galentine's Day too. If you tie that in too. I know some coworkers of mine, they getting together this weekend and they doing their Galentine's, Day weekend. So that's a whole nother part of this Valentine's Day you can tie into it as well.
Yeah, no, I'll go another 20 minutes for that. Because again, I mean, it just speaks to just the annoyance of y'all think y'all can do this without us, and that's fine, have it. And again, more power to the women who want to celebrate them. But again, y'all have to don't ever forget. Black talk about always throwing the baby out with the bathwater. All the stuff y'all doing, igniting these things. That sets in some resentment to me. I just want y'all to know that it is resentful.
Lady
D. What are you resenting?
The fact that again, they are doing things as a point of saying, well, if y'all won't do it for us, then we'll do it ourselves. It's like, well, y'all ain't doing nothing for us either. So what?
No, I think Galentine's stuff, which I don't celebrate it. But first of all, I don't fuck with nobody. But if I did, I don't celebrate it. But I think Galentine's was something for originally for girls who your friends didn't have nobody, and so kind of like what I said, you do for your partner because you don't want them to feel left out. So I think that was why, so that all women can feel like, even if you don't have a dude, or if your dude ain't here, somebody love you, I'm your friend, let me love on you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it started. And because women, that's just our nature to, want to be there for friends who you think are going through something and may be kind of sad. I think that's where it came from. I don't think it was supposed to be like an anti-man thing. It was just for the women who didn't have one, so they wouldn't feel left out, so everybody felt included. And it's just a reason for women to have a ladies' night or a girls' day out.
So back to the Michael J. White conversation. If you get a chance, go check it out. He said a lot of deep nuggets in there. To me, that's participation trophy. He talked about the importance of him being an athlete, and there was a time when it was okay to lose because we learned a lot from losing, you know. But we fostered in and engendered this generation of everybody needs to feel accepted and wanted. And I think it's hurt us as a country. I think it's hurt us as a people. Not everybody is gifted. Some of you lonely bitches need to be lonely just like my fat ass was lonely on Valentine's Day. And if you don't have nobody and the rose ain't doing it for you, take your ass home and overeat and overdrink as well. If you ain't got nobody, and find somebody, it's okay. But the idea that we're going to create a special moment to go, oh, no, bitch, be lonely like you, like everybody else.
But the thing is, and I agree with what you said, Black, and I agree with Lady D. But the thing is, women can do stuff like that, and they don't get backlash for it.
Yeah, because
you know what
again,
I'm saying, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with women doing their Galentine thing and doing their women thing. I get it. That's a womanhood. That's kind of how they connect. You know what I'm saying? You just like you and I talked about, Black. Should a man have a day like that? And we kind of say like, nah. We just kind of get together on the Super Bowl or whatever, and that kind of do what we do. You feel me? So I ain't got a problem with women doing their own thing like that.
But y'all can though, because it's the Galentine's is the exact same as like I'm hosting a bridal shower this weekend. It's the same thing where we're like showing all the attention to the person being married and showering her with gifts or whatever. And there's a guy at my job who's going to be getting married soon, and we're going to have a groom shower. We didn't even know what to call it, but we're going to have a shower for him just to celebrate him before he gets married with gifts or whatever. So y'all can do that, but can we be real? The thought of it makes y'all feel a little emasculated. I think y'all tingled a little bit.
I hate every part of what you're saying.
True.
I hate
y'all tingled a little bit when I talked about it. So you can do it. I just don't think
I hate every part of that.
It don't make sense to y'all. That don't.
I do.
You are exactly. You are 100% right,
I hate
Lady
that we
D.
got to a point that at baby showers, men are coming. I am a toxic male. Keep your dudes. Keep your funky ass at home. That's a time for women to celebrate. So when we get to a point where we're going to give each other's gifts, no, don't do it. We don't need that shit.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy how this show. Anyway, we'll get to these questions now, but I agree. You. I mean, okay. Well, we'll talk more about it when we get there. All right. Well, okay. All right. There's so much to talk about, y'all. So listen. A lot of people may not know, and I mean, you know, we get a lot of people who watch this show. Now, there's a little slang in this conversation we better have because, again, for those, well, Miss Toria, she may know, but a lot of y'all who don't really associate with the melanin, y'all may not understand what this is about. But there is a understanding of how you carry yourselves when it comes to street smarts versus book smarts. And I want to begin to unpack this understanding because a lot of times we relate this in such a way to how a person responds to other people. And so in relationships, I wanted to ask you guys, first of all, how I want to hear our articulation. Kenny, when I give street smarts versus book smarts, what comes to mind for you? How do you articulate that?
Someone that has street smarts, obviously they've kind of got a little education in life, whereas life has kind of knocked them down a little bit. They kind of know how to approach situations in real life. You know, as far as on the streets, as far as book smarts, you know, you're very educated, very intellectual and all that, but that's all you know. You don't have any idea of kind of what the real world is really made of.
Okay, yeah. Black, how do you articulate street smarts versus book smart?
Ironically, I just had this conversation with my sister Sherry today.
Oh, okay.
And I'm on her all the time because I tell her that she doesn't give herself enough credit. I work in education. There's a difference between being educated and being smart or intelligent. Those are two separate things. Education is having knowledge of that one specific area that you've studied. And we all know educated fools. And I gave her the example that Albert Einstein is a genius. He's genius IQ. If you want to talk about astrophysics and shit like that, he's way above you. But this is a person that wore the same outfit every day because he talked about that as a functioning adult, he struggled making daily basic decisions.
Right.
And so when I think of street smarts versus book smarts, Kenny is 100% correct. Education is just you're studying a specific thing. Street smarts is life experience, having functional and decision-making intelligence.
Okay, good. All right, sister, how you go? And then I'm finna get a little ratchet in here in a second.
Book smart is someone who can they can enter a room and have a very intelligent conversation with anybody. They're just very knowledgeable to just literally everything you learn in school, everything you learn in books, what you see on the news, what you blah, blah, blah. But if you took them out in the real world, they get their head knocked off because they don't have the common sense to know not to trust people, not to go here, not to go there. Don't do that. Don't do this. My children, they're just very book smart, not a lick of common sense.
Common sense. That is word. Common sense. Okay, so listen, we're talking about relationships, right? And I'll start with the one that probably has the most experience, Lee Black. So, in your journey through the woods of women, which would you have preferred, or which would you prefer today? A woman who has book smarts, or a woman who has street smarts?
Street smarts. Not even gonna only have to think about it.
Really? Okay. Why?
Absolutely, because again, as Lady D perfectly laid it out, I think book smarts have ruined Black love. I think it's to our detriment of Black love. There's a whole segment of women that think that they are unapproachable, that we as Black men have a fear because of their education. We all know that Black women are the most educated sector on the planet, bar none. I work in this field. They get their degrees at a higher rate than anybody else. And we've shared it on my platform and everybody else. But we try to make it known as well. We don't give a fuck about your degree. That is not important. We don't look at a woman and say, my God, she's got a big brain on her. We're looking at your titties and ass, and your personality. And so if you're asking me, I would much rather have a woman with street smarts, because at the end of the day, I need a partner by my side that can help me navigate this thing called life. It's difficult being a Black man in this world. And so when it comes to love, I don't want to argue with you, sweetheart, over the metaphysical shit and the existential this, that, and the other. And we got to grind and get here and get there. Bitch, can you cook some chicken? Can you fry some chicken? And do you know how to get out there and pay some bills? And if I lose my job, can you get out there and work with me and use common sense so we can keep this train moving in the same direction? Fuck your education.
Okay, tell us how you really feel, sister. So is there some danger in having one over the other? Or because I'll ask the other question, but is there a danger in having one versus the other more so? Or how do you see it?
I think there's a danger in having no street smarts, because it's just what Carol said, they have no survival skills. That is a good point. They can't function. And I think that a lot of Black women that I know, they are both intelligent and they're also like very, very street smart. I think where the problem comes in is I feel like the Gen X's have ruined their children to where you wanted to give them a better life. And now they don't have any street smarts and common sense because they were sheltered and didn't have to. And I think that was a detriment to them.
Good point.
So Kenny, So Kenny, here's my question. There's a term called code switching, though. And when you code switch, that means you've learned both sides and you've learned the art of how to articulate one or the other depending on your arena. Now, how will we bring that to the table?
Well, that's I think you can tell when people faking it. Because to me, you can code switch, but you can't fake it. I can read through a woman and tell if she really is street smart and if she really just only book smart. Yeah, you can code switch if you want, but eventually the truth is gonna come out. Like, nah, you've been faking the funk this whole time. And I don't think you should have to fake it. And here's the thing: just be your authentic self. Because at the end of the day, if we talk about black love, whether you street smart or book smart, if I'm feeling you, I'm gonna kind of help you in what area you're lacking in. If you're lacking in the street smart, if I got experience on that point, I'm gonna say, look, baby, hey, this is how you handle yourself in these type of situations.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So yeah. I think that's what it comes down to when you're talking about the relationship with that person. So
sure, yeah. What you got, Black?
And I just want to add something to that because and piggyback on what my sister says. She said something that really caught my attention. She said the women that she knows, and I don't doubt that. I'm not getting ready to go in, Lady D, but I want to make a point here is that, we sometimes live in this bubble. I live in a bubble in the sense that the people in my sphere, they are educated, they are intelligent, they're functioning adults. But there's an outside that bubble. So when Lady talks about the women she knows, I believe her 1,000%. But then I think to myself, well, how do you account for the fact that there are so many brilliant, smart women, newscasters, professors, teachers, nurses, this, that, and the other, and they make such shitty decisions in their personal lives when it comes to men? Why is it that an Oprah Winfrey, who's a billionaire, pretty much is afraid to get married because after all these years, she still don't know if he's in it for the money or not? Why is it how Halle Berry, who at one time was considered the most beautiful woman in the world, clearly smart and intelligent, makes so many bad decisions with men? And if you want me, I could keep going over and over and over and over. And so when you talk about the code switching part of it, it's dangerous, to think sometimes that you have it all figured out. You said the women I've been through. When I talk about my experiences, the assumption is that I'm talking about those ghetto ratchet bitches. I've said this 1,000 times. Yeah. Those are the ones who give me a challenge. Ironically, it's the nurses, it's the teachers, it's the professors, it's the professional women that have been the easiest ones for me to hunt down and drag in. And that's because they make brilliant decisions day to day. I will never date a female cop. These are women they have that masculinity. They make decisions all day. They're the most insecure bitches you ever could imagine. Brilliant by day, wearing that professional cap. Horrible to be in a relationship with. Same thing right here in Atlanta. These grinding business bitches, all alone, sleeping with their Maserati and their SUVs and stuff, because they make horrible decisions when it comes to their romantic life, but brilliant outside of that. They can run businesses, they can make good decisions, but you can climb in them musty legs just as easy as you want to.
Yes, Carol, he does have a very large polling scale. So his polling numbers are pretty large. Well, I want to.
She knew that. I don't even know when she put that out there.
But I want to say this because I think code switching benefits, number one, because I've dated both types of women. And I don't know, this is going to lead us into the next segment, but I'm going to say this. I don't know if there's a double standard there about that, but I know that I need a balance because my children did not grow up where I grew up.
Right.
But what I began to notice when we were growing them up in the area that they were growing up in, that they were lacking certain discerning skills. Like my children didn't know somebody could talk to them about their lunch money and they wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Because they just didn't know what getting hustled was. Right. And that was a problem for me. So I had to at some point I made a decision to start using the word nigga around there. I did, because it's like I don't want y'all to not think.
Right.
I don't
Right.
want y'all to misunderstand. Like I came from that side of the street, so I
Right,
don't want y'all
right.
to misunderstand. But
Stand
there's
right,
some good,
right.
yeah, there's some good that comes from that, right? Because again, at least you gonna know how, because you don't even know how nobody gonna run no game on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because they used to think that everybody's nice and this, that, no,
Right,
no.
right,
Come here,
right.
let me teach you something, right? You know,
Right.
so I found it interesting that I would love to see a woman, as Black says, that will be there and do this, but I also found it attractive to see a woman in her element.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see a woman who can take control of a area that she has expertise in, and that she just own it. That was attractive. So I say for me, who I am today, I would need both. And it's because again, to y'all point about street smarts, yeah, we're learning from our mistakes. We're learning from our things that we've gone through, but we learn something. I ain't talking about a fool that'll take a lick over top of the head and go get another one. That's not street smart. You're an idiot, right? But at the same time, I don't want somebody I can't take to a nice place. And you said, "Girl, what's this over here?" Huh? What are you doing? Hey, come here. No, you know what I'm saying? I want you to know where you at. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you can still look nice and still, hey, come here. Girl, you need to get up. I needed both. And I think that's necessary, in my opinion. Like I need one of the both of them. So anyway,
you need a combination of the both.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, and I agree with that. I need that too. Real
yeah.
time.
Yeah, Carol. So what you say, Carol? She says they need to know what's happening exactly. And I don't think that us not showing them that side of us is helpful to them, because again, I'll be honest with you, and I'm just saying this for us. I think Black people, we have a healthy dose of skepticism, like where white people don't. Like that.
Yeah. You're right. We should be skeptical.
They'll trust a dark alley in a minute and walk down it.
Right.
And like,
you see it all the time in horror movies.
And we make fun of them. Yeah, we make fun of them for doing that. You dummy, right? Like, what you going down there for? But that's what I'm saying. Right. We have, and again, have we taken it too far sometimes? Sure, we have. But I think we have to have a hold up right quick. What's going on here? And you got to just whisper, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, okay, anyway. But so I'm saying all that to say, when in my opinion, I think all of us have made great points to show what side of the end. I just need both. So for me,
I do too. If we're talking,
we're
talking relationship and marriage, but
relationship,
if you're talking about something serious for me, but depends on what I need it for.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Anyway, we're not gonna. That's an obvious answer to that person. So we ain't talking about that. But yeah, and that's right, Carl. And so there's more ways to that we can be taught than by a book, right? Because again, who cares about the information you're getting out? I don't know.
You got to remember, you got two single men up here.
I just had a flashback to last Saturday.
That's what I'm thinking. So y'all, if y'all haven't watched that show, this man say his love life is like Anthony Davis. You gotta see it.
I don't even want to know where that's going.
You just have to watch the show.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, so yeah. So okay. So again, for us, it's I would suggest again for those that can. Now, if you ain't learned nothing, don't teach nobody nothing. Don't. It's just But if you got something, then share it. So again, all right. Thank you. I mean, we're not ashamed about hood side of it.
You shouldn't be. No.
Oh, okay.
You should never. You should never be ashamed of where you came from.
I'm proud of that. I have that in me.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing. I don't know.
But some of us are. Let's go on. Be.
Well, and rightfully so, though.
True, Kenny.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna say they should be rightfully so. I have a problem with you when you get to a certain place in your life or whatever. You forget where you came from, because just as soon as you forget, your ass can be right back there.
Well, fair enough, sir.
Good point, my brother.
I think that's okay. Yes. Okay. Well, hold on. Since you said that, yes, I think that's an ignorance. right? Because again, that means you didn't learn nothing. So again, by all means, that's what I meant by it. Like, if you didn't learn nothing, well, then you don't have street smarts, because you just you take nothing from it. I've learned from every situation I've been in, every one of them. And like I said, I don't consider things that I've learned from as mistakes. I consider them learning lessons. So again, for a person who does you ashamed of something, well, I mean, you must have been the butt of every joke. You must have been always on the bottom. You know, you was the last one to get picked, or whatever it was. So you know, it just it depends. So all right, well, yeah, thank y'all so much. The double standards we can tolerate. We've had a conversation that I believe, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, we've talked about the fact that we know that there are double standards, right? So for instance, about women's beauty, there's a double standard, right? There's a double standard for how when we talk about being physically aggressive, we look at women being aggressive towards men differently than we do
the men, right?
So again, we've agreed that there are double standards there, but I want to talk about which ones that we know of should we tolerate. Well, go ahead. Well, go ahead, Yummy Yum, since you already read it. What is a double standard that you can tolerate?
For me, it's two of them. It's always been. I can tolerate homosexuality amongst women. I'm a lesbian too, so hey, that don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Now, me getting a little dick, that's something different. But if you getting if you're a carpet muncher, you know, hey baby, bring it to the table. I'm all right with that. You know.
Why did I start with you?
I'm glad you did.
That's a real double standard that you're tolerate. That really is in life. Now, women are not looked at the same when they have same-sex relationships. For women, it's I was experimenting in college, and we had a little something to drink, and me and my girl, we got this, that, and the other. You know, I got female friends that go up to another woman, grab her titties and whatnot. We can't do that. You know, I'm okay with that, ladies. Not to be looked at the same way. Not to be looked at the same way. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like a man will still accept you, Lady D, if you freely admit I experimented with other women. Wouldn't think nothing of it. Right. Would you accept that man if he says, and with no compunction, well, you know, in my past I used to be with men. Nope. That is a no. Right. You know what I'm saying? For most black women. So I accept that double standard, but the big one for me on a more serious note is you can't do what I do. You cannot do what I do, the double standard. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. It's not right what I'm about to say, but fair is a place where they judge pigs. I can knock these bitches down left and right, and my body count can be through the roof. And I would be considered, is a man doing what's a man? When your body count hits to a certain point and you out there putting notches on the belt, I don't want that pussy. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a double standard that for me, I don't think, y'all have risen to the top of the throne now, but to me, no, you can't do what I do.
But I don't think we tolerate that though, Lee. I think we accept it.
Of course. No, this is where I disagree with you. I'm in these streets. These bitches is putting up numbers like Mario Brothers now, and men are accepting it right now. You know, these pussies got as much body counts on them as men, and nobody said anything. I said loss of innocence. We don't even call a hoe no more. They have taken that word and they've turned it into a thing of honor. It's in another month or so, it's going to be hot girl summer, which is code for I'm gonna have everything stuck in my head, tail, and everything in between, and nobody says anything.
Okay. Okay, sister, what is a double standard that we can tolerate?
I mean, I will tolerate some of that toxic masculinity bullshit, but that's about all I got in me. Like, the older I get, the less like tolerant I am. Like, even the body count thing to me is just foolishness, because if I'm a virgin and I sleep with a man that's been with half of California and all of Texas. To me, that makes my body count just as bad that I slept with you.
That is true.
You done fucked up my pH balance, and because I personally know of women because of the field that I'm in who have been married for 15, 21, 20 years, 22 years, and ended up with HIV and was only with her husband. And so to me, her body count doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because he ruined it because of his foolishness. So I kind of think it goes both ways, and I love the way that younger women care now, and that's changing, because I think that's something that started like many years ago when women had a place. Y'all know what I mean? Like in my lifetime, I think it was like late 60s, 70s, women weren't even allowed to have like checking accounts and shit. Like things haven't.
As in the 60s,
Things are just so different now, right? And so I feel like that particular attitude is changing, because I personally don't think body count and things like that matter as much as people say it is. It's an ego thing for men. Let's be honest. It's strictly just an ego thing.
It's an ego thing.
100 men over the weekend. A lot of you say she didn't have one man or she a virgin, and you wouldn't know the difference. And I know it's an ego thing, because some of these celebrity women, there are women who've been with certain basketball players and football players, and she didn't have 4 or 5 of them. And the next dude will still pick her up.
He gonna hit. You right?
Her as a trophy person, and they'll still be with her, knowing she didn't slept with 35 people in a year. So body count only matters depending on who the woman is, because Drea can leave that one basketball player, and she could be
she gonna get another
or basketball or football player afterwards. So I don't know.
We're talking apples and oranges here. We're talking about wifing and fucking. Those are 2 different things.
No, but she would be wifed too and have another baby with her.
Ain't nobody wifed her. So to the point where she's got a young dude, she's a fucking predator.
That's true. But I do think like for instance, I truly believe, I don't care how clean and how innocent the woman is, if she's with a man that ain't shit and got dirty dick and he a community dick type dude, I just don't think it matters when she walks away from him. She will also be seen as dirty just because she's been with this dude who's ran through everybody. I just feel like and I like that the younger girls, I have these conversations with my daughters all the time. I like that their attitude is changing and they care about stuff like this now. Like, I don't want to be ran through the streets, but I also don't want no dude that's like that either.
So let me ask this question then. He said they just broke up. You Drea just broke up with old boy. Yeah, I guess that's
I'm assuming so. Okay.
So take this point, and I'll ask Kenny here. Take for instance 2 parties, a male and a female. Both of them were virgins, and they've been married now for 10 years to one person. They've only slept with one person. Who would you think would be having more regret of not had more partners than the other person?
That's a great question.
A woman ain't gonna say it out loud because she gets judged for saying that she regrets that she didn't get to have life experiences and things like that. For her to say that, she would be looked at as trifling, and for him to see that, it would be like, yeah, dude, I get it. And that's where the double standard comes in.
That's literally a part of why my marriage ended. I'm sorry to interject, Kenny.
No, you good.
You ask a question that is very near and dear in real life.
Okay.
I married a woman that was a virgin. I had plenty of experience. We reached a point in that marriage where she wanted to experience other things. And I made it clear, I'm not going to date my wife. It's not my fault that when we married too young, I was 21, she was 19. I do not hold that against her on any level, because I end up appreciating that I was the only person she had been with. And all of a sudden, there was a point where she, I didn't get to experience certain things. But my thing was, let me set you free so you can experience life and enjoy those things. And to this day, we are very good friends. I didn't hold it against her. And so the answer to your question, Lady D, is correct. Because for that woman, she's right. Maybe there is a stigma of her saying that, because there is an expectation of men that we are supposed to be more experienced in this area. But this is where, going back to that last segment, I'm going through my own personal experience. I don't think the younger women out here are enlightened and they're deciding, no, they're fucking everything. their sexual fluidity is part of the problem to me out here. Is they don't care if it's a man, a woman, a dog, a rose, or whatever out here. Now, and so my experience of what I see on the street, it is literally, Lady D, why I have opted out of the game. I'm fucking terrified out here because of the sexual fluidity.
Craig, what's up, man? He said men
Hey,
will
what up,
still
Craig?
get with women with high body count, but he won't.
I agree with what he's saying.
Body count may
I
not
agree.
matter to women, but it matters to.
I
and
agree with that.
I think we've concluded to that. Yeah, but okay. So, Black, let me ask you this: since you brought it, and tell me it's none of my business. But did she say to you why she wanted to have more experiences? Why
she didn't say it in the terms that Lady D said, but it was in her actions. And I'm going through something, that kind of thing right there. Her friends convincing her. So my thing was, she didn't have to say it. This is why I use the expression. We went through the dating phase, sweetheart. I'm not going to sit at home and twiddle my thumbs while you go out and now to get some experience. I've even gone to the extent of saying now I would never marry a virgin ever again. I prefer a woman that has had a few bodies in that pussy. I need for you to be able to put your legs behind your ears and have the threesome run on you and enjoy all of those things so that when you get with me, that's out of your system. In the very same way that for me, I've done everything I wanted to do with these pussies. These pussies don't owe me nothing. And I don't want to club and party. I'm at a different stage. I want somebody with a little experience on them, with a little tread on the tires at this stage.
Okay, thank you, sir. Kenny, what is a double standard that you can tolerate?
Money.
Ooh,
Money.
Talk to me. What do you mean?
I know what he
Oh,
goes.
okay.
A woman can make more money than me. I ain't got a problem with it.
Okay.
love that.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. Since you said that, Devin, does that sound right in your ears, or do you hear lazy or sorry man? Or
No. I just think that just whatever opportunities that you have, I just think that you just have to have a man that's mature enough and comfortable enough in himself where it won't eventually cause problems down the line. But I don't think there's a problem with that at all, because I think you can still both contribute to the household no matter how much either person makes.
so
Can
when
I
do we
ask
Now the caveat to that is that as long as the man is contributing something to the household and the woman that makes the most money, the woman that's making more money isn't keeping score.
Okay, I got
That's
you.
the caveat to that.
Okay, so
Well, if I'm working,
See, that's what I'm talking about.
hold on. Because I know lazy ass dudes that I'm finna think about that's with people that I know.
All right, but that's not. We ain't talking about lazy ass dudes.
That's
We
what I'm
talking
talking
about.
about. So it doesn't matter as long as she doesn't feel like she's been taken advantage of.
Okay, yeah.
I
Is
love
what
that. I
I'm
love
saying.
that you said
Gotcha.
that.
Like, you can't sit home and play video games and shit all day and
I
work
love
1 or
that.
2 days a week while I'm working my ass off and still coming home cooking and cleaning and all that, because then you come off as sorry. But if you make less than me, but you're still contributing to the bills and you also contribute to the household, I think that's different because you don't feel used.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm with you. I'm
love
you
with
got to have a high level of maturity to do that, though, right?
That's
What-
the key.
but I'm speaking from
I
my
know, I'm with you.
Yeah.
my age group and my
Right,
experience.
right.
Sure.
Yeah, I get exactly what Lady D is talking about, but that
Sure.
ain't the dude I'm talking about that's playing PS5.
And that's
the dude I'm talking about.
And that's why we got to be really careful about the people that we like. You got to know, especially the person that you with, man, if they down like that. Because again, if you are finding a Kenny who doesn't mind that his woman makes more than him, but has he been out there grinding and hustling,
Right.
or you gonna find that immature dude that just want a mama? Right,
Right.
they just want to be taken. So that's when we begin to start muddying up the relationship waters, right? Because you think your man out here, well, you better make sure before you try to show all your hand and show all the things you gonna do.
I love Lady D's answer when she talk about that maturity though too,
Mhm.
and it's about perspective and being evenly yoked, because I'm gonna use my. I'm you know me. I answer anything. I'm transparent.
Mhm.
I have the capacity to make much more than I make now. I made a decision to earn what I'm earning now. I turned down the manager's role, which would have paid 6 figures. I'm at a stage of my life where quality of life and peace of mind is important. Now, to Lady D's point, no woman will ever accuse me of being lazy
Mhm.
and not contributing, because there are other things that I would bring to the table.
Right.
You know, again, I don't actually need somebody to do anything for me. I cook better than them. I can do all of those things, but I'm no longer chasing the dollar. So this is where being evenly yoked would become important, knowing your partner, and hopefully she respecting that, you know, I've hit this stage where, you know what I'm saying? I'm with Kenny. Baby, if you want to chase it, let me set you up for success. I got the house. I got the food and everything like that. I'm no longer going to work 2 jobs for nobody. You know, I like to be asleep at night and go to bed at a time. And I'm going to eat my motherfucking crab legs. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to go broke doing it. But it's about being evenly yoked and having, again, that decision intelligence that you yoking with somebody that you both can make it work.
Yeah.
I think the real estate insider had a question for.
Yeah, I'm
Lady D.
I'm gonna write it down. Because Craig said the thing that Ken is that the women has to be okay with it. And I think that's what we're talking about with the emotional intelligence. You gotta be a very mature person, both parties. And I think that's where we're finna get to with what Lamar saying. But do they need to be trying to find something more?
Great question.
Or would you be fine with them settling? I think Dev, well, I ain't gonna put Devin. I think I heard you answer that, but I won't put words in your mouth. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. My whole thing as far as picking someone is like, if one of us lost our job, would our whole lifestyle have to change?
Right.
That's my thing. And so you have to make sure you're also living below your means, you know, and that's what I try to tell my daughter, who has decided she's going to be married soon. Like, you need to be, because I don't want her to be sorry either. Because, you know, because I think she had made a comment about wanting to be a stay-at-home wife. I was like, the hell you do. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Anything can happen in your life where y'all's lifestyle could change, and you need to make sure either one of you can hold it down. Meaning, you ain't got to be rich, but you don't want an eviction notice because one of you lost your job. So no, I personally couldn't be with a dude who made $11 an hour unless we were 70 and both retired and we were just trying to make extra money because we want to go to the dentist on Sunday. So I couldn't do $11 an hour. But no, if I was 20, I wouldn't want to do $11 an hour because we can't sustain a life like that. But if you start off with 11, I'm like, so what are we doing? Okay, you about to finish school? Okay, I get it. Oh, okay, you're going to get your CDL? Oh, all right, you'll be all right when you finish your CDL. So he may start off kind of like what Larry said. You can start off making 11, but what else are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? You can't work on the weekends at the AutoZone or whatever, and then every now and that's going to be your life, because I don't need no other child. I've raised my kids.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the flip side of that, if the roles are reversed, do men want a woman that making $11 an hour?
But most of the time, well, I won't say that specifically $11. Most of the time, men are making more than the woman. So I don't.
Most of the time, but
well, in our generation,
maybe. I don't know. Maybe not question, now.
I feel the same way that Devin do. I have attained a quality of life that's not going to suffer just because I'm in love. It's not going to suffer. I'm with her. You know that if we're gonna do this shit together, that has to be an equal contribution so that my quality of life doesn't suffer. I didn't get to be 58 years old and to be able to have this state of relaxation to all of a sudden where now you just want to cook and shit. I can cook for myself. So you too have to make sure that you're an asset to my lifestyle, my quality of life.
I got another show topic. This ain't even. What happened to building shit together? What happened to that?
Well, I think that's incorporated in the conversation.
No, it ain't. That's a whole nother topic. Because everybody want to come into the relationship. You got to have your shit built.
Oh, that's what you mean.
What I'm asking is, what happened to let's build this ish together? We
I
don't
mean, I
want
hate to be
that. We
telling
don't
her
want
business,
that
but
no more.
I won't tell all of it. I got a family member who got that mentality, and all she date is goddamn builder boys and shit, and it don't
Right.
ever work out for her. Either he don't, she the Legos don't fit,
Yeah.
or she built him up enough where he got confident enough where he can make it on his own now.
Yes,
She
sir.
got she got a bad picker.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is, yes, that works in some scenarios,
Mhm.
but not in all.
Yeah.
And I agree. But what I'm saying is, what happened to let's build some ish together and be a power couple?
Yeah, we
With
lost
that,
that.
Nobody talk about that no more. It's about
We lost that.
you gotta come in here with your ish together. If you ain't, I ain't sitting here waiting for you to get your ish together.
Now,
I'm gone.
to be transparent,
That's a whole nother topic.
it is.
But
But to be transparent, Kenny, I'm guilty of that. We can build
Okay.
together, but you can't come in here from scratch. I am one of those that you do have to come ready made.
And that's why I asked what happened to
You're
it.
right. You're right.
That's my
a whole
question.
nother
What
conversation.
happened?
You're right.
What
But
happened?
I do need the woman to already come. Yeah, you can't at this stage come to me and you still trying to get your shit together. I ain't got time for that. I got more years.
Do y'all
behind
know?
me than
Y'all know
I-
Morgan Freeman didn't come a great actor till he was 58 years old.
I get it. I don't have that kind of time.
Right. And that's what I was just gonna say.
I'm just saying.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think it's the impatience. Like
the microwave society. That's
Yeah, I
what we
like
are.
Read Craig's comment. Craig nailed it.
Yeah,
Craig nailed it.
yeah. So before I read, I'm gonna say it, but
But again, Craig, I just said Morgan Freeman didn't hit his big break till he was 58.
He
What if this woman would have said like, "Yeah, I'm out"?
Yeah, you got Y'all
That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you, Craig.
I get what you said, Craig, but I'm saying there's certain situations where
Can we be honest though, Kenny?
sometimes your ish don't hit right off
Can
the
you
top.
tell the truth? Can you tell the truth? Because I can't think of that one actor, that one man where his woman held him down in New York because he was trying to make it. His punk ass got in his 40s, made it, left him for somebody off of Broadway, some little young Latin bitch, and left her black ass with the kids.
Stop it.
No,
Lady
that's
D.
just what I'm
Stop
saying. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
get with
hilarious.
your old ass looking, because Morgan Freeman
Stop
was
it,
50 in the kindergarten,
There you
right?
go.
So I'm gonna get with your old looking ass and hold you down until you 58. You get to be 58. Now I'm still down here making my little $40 an hour or whatever I make, and now you smelling yourself. You gonna get shot if you play with me.
Okay, all right. I apologize.
Well, we already know you. We already know you licensed, so yeah, we know you shoot.
Lady, you say you gonna get shot?
We already know she licensed, so she gonna be shooting motherfuckers.
All right, okay. I ain't gonna put nothing else on that one because I see. I'm trying to hold it together.
But that's a whole that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother topic.
I just think there's a lot of scenario, like there's a lot of factors that go into those things because
it does. It
just,
does.
You got
You're
the
right.
age, and then you got the thought
Any
process.
profession, whatever profession you
Yes.
in, the certain
Right.
professions sometimes things don't
Okay.
pop off.
Right.
Off the top, so
Man, and there's another conversation I want to have. I won't have it today, but I do want to talk about how your significant other inspires you. I think there's a level of inspiration that people need to have in their relationships, because if your spouse can't inspire you or encourage you, then you need to hang that up. That ain't no good situation. So,
I agree.
but that'll come up in the show we'll do when it's by itself. All right. Well, listen, I got one more good one, and we'll get out of here. What's the big deal? Kenny, have you ever dated outside your race?
Hell no.
Okay.
I don't even know what. Well, I'm glad you already know to start with me first. You are with that question.
Well, again, that's why I titled it. What's the big deal? We'll get to it. Hold on. Lee Black, I know you have entered into a lot of crevices. Have there ever been crevices outside of your race?
Absolutely, and that's who I'm looking for right now.
No.
And it's funny that we got this question because we talked about this.
Me and Keith talk. That's who I'm looking for. In February 2026, I'm looking for the others.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I have as well. And again, I just want to know. I'll start with the most opinionated person right now. So what's the big deal, Kenny? Do you have a problem with people dating outside of here?
I believe me. I do not have a problem with anybody.
You just went through it. You
interracial.
just don't have a
That
personal
just
thing.
ain't my thing. Again,
Okay.
I got family members that are products of an interracial
Mhm.
racial relationship,
Sure.
and I love them. That's my family, so that's their thing. But me personally, the only thing that I like white is my milk, and I don't even drink milk no more. I drink almond milk, and so that's a little
my
bit.
dog.
That's a little bit of tan. So
Okay.
so
That's
yeah,
my
so that's my
dog.
thing.
Okay. Let me say this because here's my thing. Like
That's
growing
my
up,
dog.
I wanted to again when we talk about the regrets and things and the path that I chose. I wanted to experience, a multicultural of situations, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? And so I have an opinion about all those things. Of course, I did marry a black woman
Mhm.
at the end of the day, but it didn't come without me knowing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There would be no like, I wonder. No, I know.
Right.
And so again, but for me, I mean, so sister, what do you think for the most part is it the issue with our society about as far as how this country has allowed black and white people to come up, and it's not even just black and white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. I mean, what I know we've seen Jungle Fever, so I got it. We have been embedded with things, but ultimately, what do you think the issue is that people are having with people in interracial marriage or relationships, rather?
I mean, being someone in an interracial marriage, obviously, I've had multiple interventions from Black family members and friends who just they want to know, they want to go down the diatribe of like, why can't you? Can you try this? And so I always made it a point with those the family members who mattered. Let's just say that. I've always made it a point with them when I was dating somebody. I'm like, I'm dating this dude, because I called myself a serial dater because they were so short-lived, because I don't believe that ass goes with dating. I don't give up ass just because we sat down and had a conversation. And so there's a high turnover when you are like that, because a lot of men feel like if you're dating and I'm spending time talking to you, you're supposed to bend it over and show the world like, you ain't bought me enough pasta for that shit. And so
wait a minute.
dating,
It's like batteries, huh? Booty not included. Oh no,
booty not included for damn sure. So as I'm dating, I'm like, okay, mama, I'm dating this dude. This is why this shit ain't working. Okay, now I'm dating this dude. This why this shit ain't working. I'm dating this dude. On the first date, he tell me about how he like my ass. I need to see my ass on the dating site. So how you know you like my ass? He gotta go. So now I'm dating this dude. And you know what I'm saying? And then because the relationships that become public for me are the ones that are serious, and I can tell you can tolerate my bullshit and I can tolerate most of yours. And then those are the ones people are aware of, but people aren't aware of who I'm dating in the background on the way to whatever this serious relationship is. And so, but when I come out with whatever my relationship is, it appears that I've made a choice and betrayed and given up on. And I don't like to tell stories about the F shit that I encountered while dating, because I don't want to make my men look bad, like they all come across like this, because sometimes you're just not equally yoked. And sometimes, double standards, things like that kind of get in the way. Y'all know, if y'all haven't learned anything about me, my mentality as far as relationships and dealing with people and shit is just totally different. My tolerance is different. My expectations are different, and it just takes a special person to be able to put up with that type of stuff from me. You know what I'm saying? So where I end up is where I end up. But so there are the people I care about. I truly have honest conversations with how I ended up here. But the ones I don't give a damn about, I don't give a damn about.
Okay. So I think we can handle this. So I'm gonna ask this question. I think we can handle this. So I'm gonna ask this question.
Okay. You want my answer?
Yeah. No. So okay, we're not saying that white men or even white women are better than black men or black women, right?
No.
Because I'm gonna say this. And again, I dated multiple races. There's one thing I'm not just the person I dated, right?
Mhm.
I didn't care for, and I'm not even gonna name which one. I didn't care for the skin texture. Like when I was embracing them, I was like, this don't feel right. This feels funny, right? To me, like I could, and then so there were things I saw. Don't tell your business.
I really know what you're saying.
Yes, but I saw a level of pettiness. Like I really found out that in my situations, don't get me wrong, black women be tripping, but white women trip a little bit different because their compassion is a little different than black women. Like they have a level of pettiness that is very what's the word when you it's passive aggressive. And so it's just not direct for me. And I need direct. Like I don't need to want to. I don't even want to be like, oh, well, are you really okay? Or are you just putting on? And so I kind of go ahead, Black. What do you feel say? I'm sorry.
So let me start by saying, first of all, little sis over here, I love her.
Oh, 100.
I love her. Everything about us. They don't even make this no more, and that's part of the problem. Why I am looking at the others, because they don't come more real than that. And I truly appreciate your perspective. And seriously, now for me, if I buy pasta, it comes with ass. If I buy pasta, you giving me some ass, you know. So that not you personally, but I'm saying I purchase pasta, it comes with ass, you know. And then you're going to have to suck some dick before you even give the ass, because nothing kicks off without sucking some dick. But okay, having said that, I hope to move to Dallas here soon, and my brother upstairs, we're going to hunt these white bitches down.
Whoa.
This is a test. This is only a test.
Whoa.
I think you lost it, brother.
He don't know it, but these little... Brother Kenny, these Latinos, we're going to hunt these bitches down to no avail.
My
goodness. Say that right now. But the serious note, I'm going to hunt them down for real. But I will say this, in all seriousness.
I watch for you, but I ain't hunting them.
My.
That'll be my man. But Craig said something. He said it's far less of an issue for the younger generation and older generation. Why am I bringing that up? And to the point you were going with a little bit, Brother Brenton, is that it's a different scene out here now than it was before. And I recognize pasta now costs $20, so you definitely sucking and fucking. But okay. But it's a different scene out here was before. When I go back 20 years ago, the white women that were available, you know, they were flat-butted, flat-chested. These white bitches, they not coming. These bitches is here. These bitches is here. They got the same bodies that I'm attracted to. Fat, pumping ass, dick sucking lips, big old titties, and in a lot of cases, they're natural. I see these bitches passing by this store every goddamn day. And when I use this term bitch, please excuse me. These nappy head black bitches around here that turned me off. So I'm not saying I'm exclusively giving up on black women, but on a more serious note, I do find myself gravitating more now towards the others, because if I'm looking for a serious relationship, I believe that we as a people are deeply, deeply broken, in the sense that I think there's a large generation of black women that have been innately bred not to be successful in black relationships. How they view us, how they view themselves, they're bred to be single. And so from my experiences out here as a single man, I'm on multiple dating sites. And the challenges that we face dealing with our own, I just don't find that level of resistance. I maintain that I think the others choose mates smarter. They choose mates, in this is my personal opinion, my experience, that they're looking for something a little bit different. Now, whether black women want to call them pick-me's and this, that, and the other, but it's hard enough me being a black man in these streets every day than to fight with a black woman because of everything we talk about on the show. I don't earn enough. I'm too toxic. I didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't do this. I don't do that, where some of the others are more welcoming. And I find myself emotionally, mentally, and now physically being drawn and attracted to those women. My one holdup had always been the physical attraction. I love women, period. when them lights go off, them pussies all the same. It don't have no color for me. But generally speaking, when I go back 20 years ago, we're talking about the flat-butted, flat-chested. These white bitches got the bodies that now they eating the same cornbread, fried chicken, collard greens that these black women are. And these pussies is just as deep. They don't have no trouble sucking dick, no compunction about that. And so the truth of the matter is that all of the hangups that my sisters are bringing, I hope when I get to a new setting, I find a different experience. But I'm completely jaded. I've been on March 1st, I would have been here 11 years. These black bitches have completely turned me off. Now, that's not to say I still won't knock them pussies down. I'm going to always knock them pussies down. So it don't matter what color you are. But in terms of a serious relationship, I'm looking for the others.
Shantae, I hate to speak to you after this verbal assault, but hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Shantae,
Yeah,
how you
thank
doing?
Thank you for joining us. Okay, sister. I mean, you know, kind of settle some myths for us, because again, there's always this comparison of us. So again, what say you?
I mean, there are a lot of myths, and a lot of them are true. Like, because when I meet, when I talk to black women, especially the ones who don't know me well or don't know my relationship, but maybe they on my social media and they see things on my social media because I don't put my business out there. And so if I'm even on it, it's because I've been tagged in something, right?
That's it.
So people make assumptions about my life and my lifestyle. And they say things like, I want to get me a such and such. And I'm like, no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is individualized. Like, I respect Kenny's opinion, because to me, if you're not attracted to another race, it's okay for you to have like a preference if you're not attracted to that person, because they still have the same wants, needs, and still need the same amount of love and tolerance as any other race. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's truly not for everybody. And you do have to have some leniency and some wiggle room, and you got to have some patience, especially if they're not as familiar or used to your culture. If they haven't been around a lot of black people, and you feel like you have to do some teaching and some like, hey, I know you think that this is cool. You realize that some of them aren't as street smart. Like, when I think about like an ex-husband, he was different because he was raised in black culture and all that. So that's totally different. But when you're not, you're naive, because you got black people in my life as far as family members who will hustle the shit out of you because they realize how naive and stuff you are. So then that's where you go to the teaching of, hey, don't fall for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't always need gas money. Yeah.
Right.
You have to be flexible. I'll just say that.
Right. Yeah.
And protective, and very protective.
Yes. Right. I think ultimately there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships. I think the world has just always tried their best to pit us against each other. And unfortunately, this is another way to do so. So listen, love who you want to love, be with who you want to be with, and just be careful not to berate those that may not love those the way you love others.
Man, and I'm glad you said that, Brendan, because my only issue is, and I'm speaking to brothers, is a lot of times they date interracially and then they throw shade at black women.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's the problem I have with brothers. I don't have a problem with you dating outside of your race, but don't go date someone else, then start dogging black women.
But those are the ones who usually end up in the news because some bad stuff or some effed up stuff doesn't happen to them. You know what I'm saying? I respect you more if you did it just because that's just what you wanted to do. Because myself, for instance, people don't even know my situation unless I tell them. Because there ain't nothing about me that says I am anti-black. Matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. I remember telling this business, my husband even making a comment saying, as pro-black as you are, I'm surprised you even talk to white people, like, just because of how I am. And so whoever I'm with has to be tolerant of me and accepting of me and an advocate for me. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't like it when people date outside their race and then berate their own race, because that sounds like self-hate. That sounds like you don't love who you are, you don't like who you are, you don't like your mama or your daddy or whatever. That's what that sounds like to me, and I don't understand it. And that should make the person they're with feel stupid, because they're not with you because they love you as a person. They just with you because they don't like the other ones.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Curl. I think that would hit a little different coming from a white man. So yeah.
But I do have to say this. I have dipped over into some white milk. It wasn't a date. I slipped up one time.
Not slip. Okay, Slippy. All right,
One
Slippy
time.
Kenny. Okay, Kenny. Thank you. I appreciate
But
you.
I wasn't dating her. That was just a,
It's okay, brother. Oh, Carol says, CC, that has happened to a few of my friends, but I think that was a lack of going deeper into the person. Yeah.
Yes, because Black women tend to be fetishized, by not just by white people, by Black people. Black women tend to be sexually fetishized just because of who we are,
Right.
because we are always presented as these sexual beings, and it's like a fantasy, and so you have to be careful who you with and make sure that that's not how you're being treated.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and black men too. For white women, we're sexually that works for us too.
Yeah,
that's why I dipped over there for that one time.
Wow. Great show, y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Listen, this was very informative. I can't wait to go back and hear some of the things that we talk about. But it's final thoughts time, y'all. And next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming where we talking about all the foolishness going on out here, which is plenty. But for right now, we had to show some love to the folks. All right, brother Kenny. Thank you, my brother. What's your final thoughts, man?
Great show. Black love, Valentine's Day, all that stuff. It's all good and it's all great. Oh, but before I get to my final thought, I want to say thank you to CC, Shantae, Lamar. I think Craig was up in here.
Mm-hmm.
All those that came in here showed us some love. Miss Toria, Lady T. Thank you all for showing us some love. Make sure if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share this to your social media platforms. My final thoughts is, I always preach, man, I want to see Black love win, man. And I think one of the biggest things about it winning is about having those conversations like we had tonight. And sometimes those conversations may be difficult. But I also think that, we all felt a certain type of way about Valentine's Day. But I think if you and your partner, y'all communicate, whatever it may be, if your lady wants to be celebrated on that day, fellas, celebrate your lady. Yeah, if that's what she wants and she used to, do that. Make sure your mama happy. Also, ladies, doesn't hurt to celebrate your man too on Valentine's Day, like Lady D said that she celebrated hers. So it's all about communicating and knowing your partner at the end of the day. Communicating. Y'all on the same page. Y'all are in sync emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So that's all I got to say on that. And as far as Valentine's Day, for me, Cupid didn't shoot me in the ass. Me and Brother Black, we had our own Valentine's Day celebration. We was on these internet streets talking crazy.
Good.
But anyway, that's my final thought.
There you go. No Diddy.
The show. No baby oil. None of that shit. No.
We're just making sure everybody on the same page.
Yeah. No Diddy.
Wow. No Diddy. All right, sister. Thank you so much.
Yep. No, and it is important, ladies. I just want to, I got to start off being kind. You gotta I'll celebrate your man just as much as he celebrates you, and not just because he celebrates you, but you just, what I'm saying, I believe in treating people the way you want to be treated. And if you want to be acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, then you need to make sure you do the same for your partner. And Black had made a comment about these super intelligent women who make like horrible relationship decisions. That's because them bitches have been told that they need to tolerate whatever just so they can have a man, and any man will do. And this is just how men act. Bullshit. In the words of a fellow YouTuber that I love, ladies, you need to keep your standards as high as giraffe pussy. Don't tolerate nothing. Don't put up with nothing because you don't have to. You can just keep, either be by yourself or find somebody that suits you and tolerates you and that y'all are equally yoked. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. And so you also have to keep your relationship in your household, because what works for you in your relationship is not going to work for the people next door. So stop trying to live up to the Joneses and live up to their standards or whatever, and just do whatever the hell you want and quit worried about what people think about you. And if you want to be the type of woman that got a sorry ass man that sit up in his drawers all day and play PlayStation, that's your dumb ass. Don't cry when he mistreat your ass and try to take everything that you got when you get sick of him and you want to put his ass out. Have your standards up front, because we're too old for that. If you're 19 and 20 and you want to build with somebody, that's fine. Bitch, if you 40 and you trying to build a boy, you need your ass whooped. You need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to just have a little bit more self-esteem and do what's best for you. Y'all have a great.
God damn.
Oh my God. I thought you were say God bless you.
No.
All right.
That's
yes,
my
sir.
line.
All right, my brother. Have at it.
So I'll start with the TSA, as Brother Kenny always said, the opinions shared by me are mine alone.
Let me go into frozen mode right now.
I'm an equal opportunity offender, so I'm glad Valentine's is come and gone because I don't personally believe in it. And thank God that most of you bitches ain't gonna listen to what Devin said. Those are great words and everything, but with the unemployment rate now being over 7.8 million, and the majority was 7.8%, I should say, for Black women, where the national rate is 4.3%. The biggest detractors of losing jobs was Black women. And I'm not happy for that, but pussy is back on the menu, folks. Now, while it might not be selling for $40, you can get you some pussy for $100 now, because that Black woman that had that second and third job, she got to make them. She got to pay for that second car and that other stuff. So thank God that y'all ain't gonna listen to that. What Devin said, that's great. That's our small circle. A lot of you bitches, whether you nurses, teachers, or whatever, you're gonna sell that pussy because you need that Birkin bag. You want to go to Jamaica and all that kind of stuff. And thank God you're gonna run into somebody like me. And I am an equal opportunity offender, and I'll take advantage of an opportunity as well. I plan on moving to the Big D, and I'm gonna hunt you bitches down no matter what color you are. And very little gonna change. And one of the reasons I'm moving to the Big D is because y'all don't have no state tax. So that $7 is gonna go a whole lot further getting that head and tail from you bitches there. So while you listen to Devin, that sounds all great. And you're going to go, girl, you telling me you this, that, and everything. And that when them lights go out, you're going to find your musty ass with your legs pinned behind your ears. God bless America.
Oh, boy.
Is he done yet? Is he done? Okay. Oh, my God. My goodness. Thank you, sir. Oh, my God. All right. Well, listen, I just have a quick question for us. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you feel you handle your intimate relationships? Not the snicker. Kenny, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel you handle your intimate relationships? 1 being bad, 10 being great.
Negro. Now, why you gonna ask that damn question to me?
I don't care if you're in one now. I'm just saying,
I ain't in one. How the hell I'm gonna ask it?
You can the ones you've been in. How do you think you've handled the ones you've been in? How were you?
What's the goddamn scale again?
1 to 10.
That man, damn it, hell 2. I don't know.
All right, Black. Well, yes, sir, Lee Black. Scale of 1 to 10.
8. I ain't really got no bad dick reports out there.
I don't know about no dick, but okay. Devin, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you handle your intimate relationship?
I'm gonna say about a 7.
Okay.
Oh, let me change mine. Oh, intimate relationship. Oh, intimate relationships. I say about a 7. I say that.
You know what? I'm sick of you, kid. Okay. All right. Well, just listen. It's celebrating Valentine's Day a week later. Y'all, if you don't know how well you're handling your relationships, just take a look at this, folks.
Well, at least she had a dog. Fido came in there trying to help. Fido was like, "Roof."
What was she doing?
I didn't know they still made pressure cookers like that.
Fido was it. Well, hey, you know what they say? A dog is a man or woman's best friend. He came in there like, "Roof."
He was just trying to get that snack. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you're not aware of how well you handle your relationships, please, it's gonna show up anyway. It maybe end up blowing up in your face or something like that.
Damn so did.
Just
Good
make sure
God
you
Almighty.
are really clear about how well you're handling your intimate relationships. Because if not, they probably gonna handle you like a pressure cooker pot. You'll just blow up in your face. Especially when you ain't handling it right. Yes,
you exactly right.
So handle the relationships
You
right
exactly
when they
right.
bust you upside your head. What'd you say, Miss Carol? She said, yes, they do. But people still don't know how to. They don't.
Obviously, she didn't.
They don't.
Damn.
Yeah. Get you one of them ninjas. They work better. All right. Well, listen, y'all. That's Black, that's Kenny, and that's Devin. And we'll see y'all in 7 days. We out of here. Peace.